Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is your friend Vaibhav and founder of this new edtech startup named Gyan Scholar, where our main aim is to revolutionize the way online education is seen. Joining with me is my partner Mr. Pradeep Majumdar, who has been a teacher for the last 41 years, has taught more than 18,000 students in his life, and also has been my personal mentor for the last 4 years. It's really nice to have you, sir.
Nice meeting you.
So, one of the main objectives of doing this YouTube channel was to have this podcast show where we can discuss about some of the daily issues that one faces in his or her daily life, and we can educate the audience also. So, the topic that we have decided to talk about, which is also in trend, is mental health. So, sir, what is the main thing that comes to your mind when we talk about mental health?
Yeah, it's a very abstract topic. It's the state of a person's mind at a particular moment actually.
Okay.
We talk about physical health, but mental health is very important. The young generation today is very emotional, very impulsive. They take decisions at the spur of the moment. Mental health is a state in which they can be balanced. They can choose between what is right and wrong. They can take their own decisions without being swayed away by anybody. They should take parents' advice, that's very important, but the decisions in their life should be their own. If they take their own decisions in life, there are 90% chances they'll be successful. They should be given the opportunity to grow according to their choices actually. Parents sometimes thrust upon them decisions, and this disturbs their mental health. So mental health is a very sensitive issue.
So, sir, I want to ask you this question. So, do you think that personal like mental health and illness or depression is only limited to a younger generation, not an older generation too?
Yeah, these come in phases actually. Maybe a phase of say 18 to 25,
Okay.
till the day you get a job, and maybe at the middle age, means 45 to 60. It is achievement which is a parameter. If you achieve what you want to achieve in life, your mental health is sound.
Okay,
And
sir, like we are talking about mental health, but recently we have seen a very successful actor named Sushant Singh Rajput. Like he recently, due to depression or some other issues, he committed suicide. So,
it's a very sad thing, this is totally not done. A man with a bank balance of 59 crores committing suicide is something unbelievable. It sometimes so happens that you are too ambitious. Never be too ambitious in life. It's a very big advice I am giving to everybody. He had projects in hand. He was booked till the end of 22, but still he committed suicide. Maybe there is a love angle. If there is a love angle, I can't say. But still, suicide cannot be an option in life.
yeah, that is a mystery. Like we don't know about it right now, but we see this tendency of depression and all among young generation very much. Like recently, I heard about the news of a girl who makes TikTok videos. She is 16 years old. She comes from a well-known family, but she committed suicide. So, don't you think it is common very much among the young generation?
I talked about 2 points.
Okay.
Emotion and impulse. A person who is emotional and a person who is impulsive can take such drastic decisions. Always keep your nerves cool, have a steady head on your shoulders, and finally, don't let your heart do the talking. Always think through your head. People who have got a weak heart commit suicide. People with strong hearts, they will never commit suicide actually. Suicide is the ultimate decision in life. Only if you come to the brink of your life, say you are starving or you are debted, having huge debts. I'll give you the example of lakhs of farmers committing suicide in Maharashtra. They are forced. They have got no other alternative. But successful people, how can they commit suicide? It gives wrong signals to the society at a large.
But like I was going through a statistics which shows that in each day, like every hour, a student commits suicide in our country. So students are usually the future of our nation. So how do you think that we can tackle this situation? Should we educate them in a certain way?
Best thing is talking to each other. If you share your problems, you may get 2-3 advices which can help you. You know, the letter of the art of letter writing is gone. Telegrams are gone. We have small text messages. But talking to each other, interacting with your student, interacting with your friends, will help you actually. People can guide you. If you are lonely in life, it happened during lockdown, my dear. The suicide of Sushant Singh Rajput happened during lockdown. When he was alone, actually. If he would have been with his friends, he wouldn't have taken such a decision. They say there is a very big phrase in English: an empty mind is a devil's workshop. You know, the suicide is a devil which creeps into our mind and ultimately destroys you. Never let this devil enter your mind. Talk with your friends, discuss with your parents what are your problems, Sometimes it so happens that you can't solve your problems. Sometimes even a 1 minute advice by some of your friends who has faced such situation can guide you. Always talk to each other and always try to achieve what you feel you are capable of. Never overestimate yourself and never be too ambitious. This is the major problem, and never be jealous of somebody else's success. If you think that your friend is getting 20,000 salary or 40,000 salary, you are getting 20,000 salary, don't be swayed by such decisions. You think that, okay, he deserves more, he's getting more, I deserve less, I'm getting less. Be happy, be content what you're getting in life and try for better. Try for better opportunities. This is my advice to everybody. Life is a very precious gift of God to mankind. Don't end it. I keep on telling that ultimately if you come to the brink, means you are starving, you are suffering from a chronic disease which has got no ailment, or you are totally bankrupt, or you are debt-ridden, you can't pay off your debts, then only you can think about suicide. Otherwise, never in life, my dear, never.
Okay. So, sir, I want to ask you a personal question. Do parents play an important part, or they can play an important part in improving talking about mental health with their children? Like, we still live in a country where either you can be an engineer, according to parents, that's what I'm saying, you can either be an engineer or a doctor, or you're just a failure. So what message do you want to give to those parents?
There are n number of professions.
Okay.
You can join the army, you can join the civil service if you have guts. You can join the police, you can be a musician, you can be a painter, you can be a sports person. Actually, the parent should follow the traits of his or her child from the young age. What he or she likes actually. If the parents care their child, such caring children, such caring parents can bring up their child to the best possible limits actually. If the parents thrust their own decisions on the child also becomes arrogant actually. This is the thing, this is the trait of a developed economy that in countries like China, for example, USA, Japan, Germany, the school teachers, they give a feedback to the parents that your child is good in sports or in medicine or in journalism or in guitar or in any other field of excellence. So the teachers in the school give the feedback to the parents. That is why China gets 100 medals in each Olympics. From the age of 5-6 they spot the right talent. Same thing happens in UK also. This is where we are an underdeveloped economy. Parents have got their own whims and fancies and they pressurize their children to do a particular field which the child may not like. And such children become failures in life. So the mental health of a child depends upon the guidance, advice and the path of direction given by the parents actually.
So, sir, I want to ask you this last question. So, do you think that mental health can somewhere be related to failures, that this particular person is a failure, that means he deals with mental health? Though we have seen situations where entrepreneurs, or being in the field of sports or in the field of movies, there were a lot of failures. A lot of people who overcome failures and went to that position. So they knew how to did they knew how to cope up with the thing?
See, no person can be a total failure and no person can be a total success. The line of demarcation between success and failure is very thin.
Okay.
It's very thin actually. There's a famous saying in English that failures are the pillars of success. Even Amitabh Bachchan, if you follow his career, his first 13 movies were flops. Take the recent example of Sonu Sood. His parents are the best in the world. Despite being an engineer, they gave him a free hand that, okay son, we give you 2 years, go to Mumbai and try your luck. If you fail, you come back. We have got our cloth shop ready for you. Such exemplary parents are really eye-openers to the world actually. So they have given him the right license and he proved himself to be a success. Initially he failed, he had to struggle for nearly 2 years in Mumbai, but ultimately, if you have a willpower and the will to succeed, even failures will not deter you. So this is life actually. Failures and success are alternate. You can't get a century in every innings. You have zeros in between. Sachin Tendulkar had 10 zeros in test matches. So failures or successes don't decide your fate actually. It's alternating. It's like good times and bad times actually. It's like a business cycle. There are periods of boom, there are periods of recession. Nobody is a failure. And no human being is a born failure. It's his environment, the teachings by his teachers, his parents, his friends, everybody plays a molding part on his character.
So, sir, do you think it is now a time where we should openly talk about mental health in our society, which is not yet come up in such a way?
I think so. Counseling should start at school level actually.
Okay.
Maybe from class 7.
Okay.
In English medium schools, in regional medium schools also. There may be a period of maybe 1 hour, maybe experts from this field actually, psychologists, those who teach psychology, they should come to the school. They should have a class and they should have a one-to-one interaction. That what you want to become, what are your ambitions, and they can note it down and guide the child accordingly. The child may not be sometimes open to tell his parents that I want to become a scientist. Actually the parents want to go to the army, but he wants to become a scientist. So the counselor in this case can act as an intermediary. It happens in countries, in advanced countries. It's not still practiced in India, but I think it should be practiced.
Okay, do you have any last small message that you want to give to our audience?
Always keep a steady head on your shoulders. Life is a big opportunity given to you and make it count. Success and failures are part of life. Life never comes to an end. Every day is a new day, and make a habit of writing a diary. What you have achieved through the day. What are the gains you have got. And always act with your friends, seniors, relatives. Share their experiences, how they have come up in life. This will stand you good in life.
So with that said, we are coming to the end of our first podcast show. I hope you really liked the message what our professor wanted to share. Next week, we'll again be back with some new topic. Till then, goodbye.